Peace that surpasses all understanding. Check out that shirt. I slept in my shirt last night very early. It's all wrinkled. Slept great last night, though. Slept great. Ooh, it was nice. Uh, didn't prevent me from waking up at 2:49 the last 3 or 4 nights, whatever. 2:49. That's the new number. 2:49. So six. That's 15. Six. Two threes. I don't know. Uh, that's like gematria. You kind of go back to the root number of all the numbers added up together, whatever. But don't get distracted. Don't get distracted. Um, but instant karma and not following my intuition. That's what this one's about. And there's what I'm reminded of is there are a few places in the Christian Bible that says, and I know it's fairly easy to find, but where they make reference to don't trust the heart, don't trust your heart because it's treacherous. And I've spoken to this recently, but the heart is deceitful, the heart is treacherous. Don't uh, whatever. And I always like poke the bear, man. I always have to poke the bear because it's been my experience that the very things that we're told not to do, and it's not a rebellious spirit, it's just that programming that I've seen different veils lifted from that programming. It's the very things, at least in some of my experiences, profoundly, where it's don't do that. Don't look under that rock. Don't trust your heart and your gut and your intuition and your feeling and your sense. Don't trust that. That's treacherous. Those are the very things that have brought me greater awareness. It's like, don't go there, because if you go there, you're going to figure our shit out. These powers or entities or people in positions of power, they use these certain tactics to keep us under control, no, we're divine beings. You're divine beings. We're all one. So trusting my heart, trusting my gut, trusting my intuition. I got to get some new glasses. The frames are starting to get loose. I digress again. I digress a lot. So the experience, this is an experience that I had where I've had experiences where I trusted my intuition and I followed through. Like I felt pulled. No, you need to go here or go there or do this or do that. And there was a consequence. There was an equal reaction for leaning into my intuition, following through with it. Okay, I hear you. You're coming in loud and clear. Okay, and even when it was inconvenient, I followed through and I did what my intuition was guiding me to do. Sometimes, a little reluctantly, but I did it and it was the right fucking thing to do. Excuse my language. I'm working on it. But there was another experience where instant karma showed up. And I was not inclined to follow my intuition. I was coming home from, it was like kind of a very busy day. I had a lot of errands to run, or perceptively in my own mind, I was like, I gotta be here, I gotta be there, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. And it was, usually when I'm in that mindset, it's for a selfish reason. I can't remember that particular day, but I probably wanted to come home and take a nap or lay in the yard, or, I wanted me time, And I was driving home, and I was on the highway, the main motorway, the turnpike, 70-mile-an-hour traffic, high speed motorway, and I'm coming back to my area, rapidly approaching my exit to go home to finish my. I actually had to go to the bank, which is anyway. So I got my errands to do, and I'm getting toward my exit, and on the side of the road as I'm approaching, there's a car that's broken down. I don't know if they had a flat tire or whatever. I'm assuming because they were pulled over, it was probably a flat tire or something. The car died, whatever. Now it was my intuition, my inclination to, I couldn't necessarily, by the time I saw him, I couldn't necessarily just pull up behind him and say, hey, you need some help. So what, like, the inclination that I had was there was a roundabout where I could have jumped off, jumped back on, and then come up on them and offered them help. I have jumper cables in my car. Maybe they needed help changing a flat tire or a telephone to make a phone call for who knows. But it was my inclination to stop. I ignored that because I was busy. I had a lot of stuff going on in that particular day. And but I'm like, it's the right thing to do, but I'm going to keep driving because I got to go do my stuff. So I went, got off on my exit, which was probably about a mile further down the road. Went, did my errand, did my banking, and I'm driving back home on a parallel route to the highway that's going to bring me back to my house. And about an eighth of a mile, a quarter of a mile, a half a mile from my home, they were doing construction on the road or the side of the road, and there was a street sweeper and a construction crew cleaning up the road. I think they were doing some patching in the road. And here I am. I'm in a rush. I need to get home to take a nap or whatever it was, something equally, me, I. And sure enough, man, as I'm moving through this construction site, I get to the other side of the construction site, bang! I had a blowout. I had a blowout. And I had to pull over to the side of the road, right, passenger side front tire blew out. And because of my job at the time, I had a lot of my tools in the trunk of my car, and I had removed the spare tire. I had removed all that other stuff for changing a tire so that I could accommodate my tools, and that was a big mistake. Ended up having to call my stepdaughter. My stepdaughter came down. Got my tire fixed. But even in that moment, man, if I had taken, let's just say I had taken the extra 5, 10, 15 minutes, half an hour, whatever, to follow my intuition, to follow my gut, to listen to my heart, even though it's treacherous, allegedly treacherous, perhaps I wouldn't have gotten that flat if I had pulled over and spent the time with those folks, helping them with a flat tire, or jumping their car with battery cables or whatever it was, or loaning them my phone to call a tow truck. Would I have come all back, would I have gotten that flat? Methinks not, because they would have been done with the construction cleanup, and it was because of my rushing about. I'm busy, and I swooped around them and I had a blowout. Whereas, like, in other times, in times of my life where I was, shall we say, less aware of these serendipitous occasions, these moments where I wasn't really in tune with my intuition or my heart. I was in the logical, busy bee, good slave mindset, very selfishly oriented, I didn't pick up on those things, and it was a constant perpetuation of all these external things coming in, and what I was doing was I was drawing those things into my life unconsciously, unaware. But as I become more aware of the energy that I have and the energy that you have, um, that we have collectively, we are one. As I become more aware of that energy, and that there's consequences. Sometimes the consequences are very positive consequences. We have a, the word consequence has a oh, there's consequences, like it's a negative thing. There, an equal reaction to our energy. So it's a head scratcher, kind of going, I wonder if I had pulled over, if I would have gotten that flat, or how ironic that they were pulled over on the side of the road. I ignored it, and I ended up pulled over on the side of the road with a flat tire, and I needed help. There was one 2 days ago. I've been sort of laid up. I'm recovering from a surgical procedure, and I was getting a little stir crazy, and I work for a healthcare facility. One of the nurses there, very kind, um, brought me out for the day. I'm not comfortable driving yet. It's a lower abdominal thing, so I got to be very. I'm kind of guarded. I wouldn't want to be driving right now. So she came over and brought me out to a follow up appointment with for that, and brought me out to run some errands. And we were out and we were having fun. We were goofing around quite a bit. It was nice. It was so nice to get out of the house. And she was very kind to get me out of the house, and take the driving detail and chauffeur me around. It's kind of nice being a passenger sometimes. Um, but we were in a store, and we both felt it. It was funny because we both after the experience, we both shared it. She talked about it, and I was like, yes, exactly. As we were exiting the store, there was like a greeter. As you exited or entered the store, there was a greeter, not Walmart, a different store. And there was something about the person that was at the door that seemed very, she seemed, or my intuition made me feel or think or believe that she was maybe in her head a bit, not having a great day. And as we approached her, the nurse that I was with, we were goofing around quite a bit. We were being really silly, being ridiculous in the store, and as we approached this woman, I could feel it. It was tangible. Like, oh, she's, you know. But we engaged with her as we exited the store and swapped a couple of very tiny, small stories. This whole incident lasted only about maybe 15 seconds, 20 seconds, but there was a banter, there was a silliness, a ridiculousness, an enthusiasm that we shared, and the immediate boom, no, you got to engage with that woman. You've got to engage that intuition. And strangely enough, as we exited the store, she was just like, she wanted to follow us outside and continue the conversation. Um, but afterward, the nurse that I was with, her name's Brittany. Um, she was like, yeah, did you pick, did you feel that? And I was like, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Trust that. You felt that too. I thought maybe I was the only one where, but the energy that we bring with us when we are leaning into our intuition and our heart space, you know, when we're not encumbered, when we can share part of our enthusiasm, with others, and the energy that we create collectively, and perhaps uh, make a good day, make an average day a great day, you know, with our energy and the people that are in our surroundings. They pick up just like I was picking up on this greeter's energy, that maybe they weren't terribly happy in that moment. They at times can pick up on our energy when we're feeling enthusiastic and loving and caring and warm and compassionate, whatever, and they pick up on that and they go, "Oh, I want some of that." Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Come with us. Come with us. But little ramble about when instant karma shows up when we don't follow our intuition. And there's other examples where, again, there's other examples where I've leaned into my intuition, and it was I knew it. It was the right thing to do, even sometimes when it's inconvenient. But we lean into our intuition, and wonderful, amazing things happen, truly. When we listen to our heart, maybe your heart's not as treacherous as they would have you believe. Maybe that's the place we should be looking. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Peace, it surpasses all understanding. Have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful day. I'm out.